Wild pitch. Fuentes back in the box, open stance. That front left foot on the chalk as she skies one down the left field line, but well foul and out of play. And we are working on getting all of our information and finding out who exactly is on the field. But right now we know Fuentes is at the plate, and she takes that one low and inside for ball 2. 2-1. From Guillen, and Fuentes wastes that one away, and it's now 2-2. Haley Guillen is in the circle for Santiago Canyon here for Game 2. Guillen was the designated player in Game 1 of this doubleheader. She was 2 for 3 at the plate with a walk. Santiago Canyon got 2 runs on an inside the park home run from Samantha Villanueva in the first. The Cougars trying to get one back here, as Fuentes wastes another one away, foul ball, and we'll do it again at 2-2. And a breaking ball there from Guillen that just simply didn't move very much. And so the count runs full at 3-2. Here it is from Guillen. Fuentes swinging up the middle past the diving Villanueva. Silva thought about rounding third and going home, but Coach Wismath holds her up. And so it'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Allison Melgar. And that would have been a bang-bang play at the plate had Coach Wismath sent Silva. But the Cougars running themselves into a couple outs on the base paths in Game 1, perhaps wise to be a little more conservative here in Game 2, especially with Allison Melgar, one of the team's leading hitters at the plate here. She stands in with runners on the corners. First pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. For Melgar this year, hitting .388 with a .552 slugging percentage as Fuentes takes off, and she'll take second base without a throw. Martinez looking Silva down at third, making sure that she wouldn't try to advance on the throw down to second. So Fuentes, on the defensive indifference, will take second base. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Melgar. And that one's back up the middle. That'll score Silva. Fuentes holds at third. Melgar in between first and second, trying to draw a throw, but she will go back to first with an RBI single. And the Cougars cut the lead in half, 2-1 now. So that'll bring in Brianne Tall, who was 1 for 2 with a single and a walk in Game 1, but more noteworthy were her defensive plays in left field, a diving catch in foul territory, and a few nice leaping grabs as well. That surely saved Samantha Flores and the rest of the Cougars a couple of runs in Game 1. But Tall, who's been one of the most productive hitters for this Cougars team, will be asked now to drive a run in for them, as she slaps it in the right field, and that's past the glove of Navarro. In comes Fuentes. Coming around third is Melgar. Relay throw to the plate. It's cut off, and 2 runs will score on an RBI double from Brianne Tall. So the Cougars go down 2-0 in the top half of the first and strike back right away with 3 of their own in the bottom of the half. And now we're going to have a visit in the circle from Santiago Canyon head coach. Great piece of hitting there from Brianne Tall. Ball on the outer part of the plate, going with it to right center field. It splits the center fielder and right fielder, gets to the gap and all the way to the wall. Fuentes comes around to score easily from third, and Melgar with the hustle, scoring all the way from first. And just like that, the Cougars have a 3-2 lead. And so that'll bring in Sofia Trujillo, who in game 1 was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch from Martinez is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Check that. Guillen in the circle for Santiago Canyon. 1-0 from Guillen is fouled off to the right to even things up at 1-1. Trujillo, in limited time this year, has been productive at the plate. This now her 16th game after playing in game 1. Hitting this one onto the left side of the infield, handled by Villanueva, who makes the throw to Motalui for out number 3. But not before the Cougars reclaim the lead. An RBI single from Allison Melgar and a 2-run double from Brianne Tall. Cougars 3-2 after 1.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Top of the second, leading off for Santiago. And batting in, number 24, designated player Haley Ian.
And welcome back. Here in the top of the second, Santiago Canyon will send up Haley Guillen, Lindsay Marshall, and Alyssa Islas. Melgar back in the circle after an RBI single and scoring a run on Brianne Tall's 2-run double that gave the Cougars the lead. 0-1 from Melgar. A big rip and a miss from Guillen, and she's down in the count 0-2. Melgar's been the number 1 for the Cougars so far this year. Pitching in well over 80 innings on the season. And her 0-2 sails high back to the screen. Guillen, who was the designated player in game 1, was 2 for 3 with a walk. She's now in the circle for Santiago Canyon. And she jumps out of the way of that one, but it's strike 3 called anyway for the first out.
Number 8, center fielder Lindsay Marshall.
And Guillen's walking back to the dugout thinking, I better be getting that call when I'm in the circle now. So that'll bring in Lindsay Marshall, who takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Marshall in center field, as she was in game one. Marshall 0 for 2 in game one before being pinch hit for with Janelle Torres in the 6th inning. 1-0, hit on the ground to the right side. Silva picks it up and throws it cleanly over to Trujillo for the second out of the inning. So that'll turn things over. Back to the top of the lineup. Alyssa Islas will step in. She grounded out to Valerie Ramirez at short her first time up. And as we noted, in game one, she was 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a sacrifice bunt. Takes this first pitch from Melgar for a strike. Melgar really working and taking that inside part of the plate from right-handed hitters so far early in this one. Now a off-speed pitch that just misses high and away for ball one. Even things up at 1-1. Here's Melgar's 1-1 offering. Going back to that inside corner, gets the call again. And now in command with a 1-2 count on Islas. That same pitch that she froze Haley Guillen on to begin this inning to get the backwards K. And let's see if she'll go back to it. 1-2, chopped on the ground, right side. Silva to her right. Picks it up and makes the throw to Trujillo at first. A 1-2-3, top of the second for Allison Melgar. After 1.5, Santiago Canyon 2, the Cougars 3.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Bottom of the second, leading off for the Cougars. We have Mackenzie Guardet getting the start here as the designated player for College of the Canyons. Takes that first pitch from Guillen for ball one. 0-1 pitch swinging, this one driven to deep left center field, and on the run making the nice over the shoulder catch is Lindsay Marshall. And Marshall really had to range far to her right to get to that one, and that ball didn't look like it was as well hit off the bat as it ended up being. It really carried out to left center, and it's most likely due to this wind. The flags out beyond the outfield wall are blowing from right field to left, and that might have carried that ball a little further than it otherwise would have. And so it'll bring in Valerie Ramirez with one out as she takes an 0-1 pitch and now quickly is down in the count 0-2. Ramirez came into game one later on as she swings, and it's right to the first baseman, Motalui, who picks it up and steps on the bag. Barely had to move for that one. For the second out of the bottom of the second inning. And so it'll bring up Lisa Moats for the second time in as many innings. Motu flew out to right field her first at-bat. Stands in, first pitch. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Motes swings, and this one on the ground and off the glove of third baseman Islas and into center field, and it'll be a base hit for Lisa Motes.
Number 4, second baseman, Alyssa Silva.
So a 2-out single for Motes, and that'll bring up Alyssa Silva, who was right smack in the center of the first inning rally for the Cougars. She got things started with a single to right field. She would eventually come home and score on Allison Melgar's single. And Motes on the move, running, sliding the throw, not in time. Motes steals second base. And a little bit of aggressive play here from the Cougars with the lead right now, trying to tack on another one. Martinez picked that one out of dirt cleanly and made a good throw, but could not beat the speed of Motes. And with that steal, it's the 9th of the season for Motes. Someone that can take off at any moment, although you wouldn't think here now with 2 outs going to third. Silva on the ground to the left. Third base, Islas ranges to her left and makes the throw to Motului for the final out of the second inning. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors. After 2, it's 3-2 Cougars.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Second baseman, Riley Piatoni.
To the top of the third we go. Santiago Canyon will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters, Riley Piatoni, Sam Villanueva, and Lily Navarro. Piatoni, who reached first on a walk in the first inning, steps in. First pitch from Melgar, high and tight as she squeezes to get out of the way of that one. Ball 1, 1-0. So Melgar now staked with a lead, going to work. Chopped on the left side. Munoz picks it up and makes the throw to first. A strike to throw out Piatoni for the first out of the third inning. So with 1 away, that'll bring in Sam Villanueva, who had an eventful trip around the bases in the first inning. With Piatoni on first, Villanueva hit one in the right field corner that got past a diving Fuentes, and Villanueva able to come all the way around for the inside the park home run that had given Santiago Canyon a 2-0 lead in the opening frame. First pitch from Melgar is low and away, and it's 1-0. Villanueva to the left side off the glove of Munoz and trickling out into foul territory, but quickly recovered by Valerie Ramirez, and that will hold Villanueva to just a single.
Number 29, right fielder, Lily Navarro.
Lily Navarro will make the walk to the batter's box now. Navarro singled in the first. but was stranded after that. Melgar's first pitch misses high, ball one. With Villanueva on first, Melgar's 1-0 pitch misses out. Late strike call from the ump. Rather, Melgar evens things up at 1-1. One pitch from Melgar. That one's outside, 2-1. And interesting to note, Melgar was working the inside part of the plate on right-handed hitters. Here against the left-handed hitting, Navarro has been exclusively on the outside part of the plate. Have to wonder if that's a comfort thing for her, as her 2-1 comes in, slapped into left field for a single between the legs of Bree Tall, but it doesn't get far enough away for Villanueva to advance. But it'll be a single for Navarro, putting runners at first and second for Alex Molina. Molina will step in. She is 1 for 1 in game 2. She had a single in the first inning. And what looked like might be a big first inning for Santiago Canyon. They had 2 runs come across on Villanueva's inside the park home run, as Molina takes strike 1. And then back-to-back singles from Navarro and Molina. But Melgar able to make quick work of Adriana Martinez with a strikeout. As this one is chopped to the left side. Munoz picks it up, makes the step on the base at third, and the throw across the diamond for the inning-ending double play. Munoz with a heads-up play, steps on third, makes the throw across the diamond, and ends Santiago Canyon's threat. At the end of 1.5, it's 2.5. Check. It is Cougars 3, Santiago Canyon 2.
The new media journalism program focuses on hands-on training for up-and-coming multimedia journalists.
We do shows every 2 weeks, and students put together their own stories. They go out and shoot them, they do the voiceover, they edit them together. It's a really, really cool hands-on experience.
If you want to dive right into the world of journalism, this is the only place to do it.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And leading off the bottom of the third for the Cougars is Ashlyn Heck, who swings through a first pitch in the dirt for strike 1. Heck, who flew out to left field in her first at-bat, sat out of game 1, but is back in the lineup as she chops that one foul to the right side. So 0-2 on Heck now, who is the Cougars' leading hitter in terms of RBIs, runs, hits, and batting average. And maybe a rise ball there from Guillen that rises a little too high, and it's 1-2 now. 1-2 is served into right field. Diving is Navarro, but she can't come up with it. Rounding second is Heck, and getting the sign from Wismat to go home is Heck. The throw is not in time, and Ashlyn Heck with an inside the park home run of her own to give the Cougars a 4-2 lead. And if that was not a carbon copy of Samantha Villanueva's inside the park home run from the first inning, I don't know what would be. Served into right field past the diving fielder, in this case Navarro, having trouble picking it out of the corner and heck hustling all the way home for the inside the parker. And so that'll bring in Julia Fuentes now with the Cougars up 4-2. Fuentes lays off the 1-0 pitch, and it's low, ball 2. Fuentes with a single in the first inning and came around to score on Brianne Tall's 2-run double. She played in game 1 as well and getting start here in game 2. And now way ahead in the count, 3-0. Delivery on the way to Fuentes. And taking all the way, and that one is called strike, 3-1. To Fuentes. Hit to the left side and through 2 diving infielders for a base hit. Fuentes is 2 for 2 here in game 2.
Number 22, pitcher Allison Melgar.
And Allison Melgar will stride to the plate, but first going to check in with her third base coach as Santiago Canyon is going to have a meeting in the circle. And it looks like we may have a pitching change here, as Santiago Canyon's head coach is chatting with the home plate umpire. So Melgar may have to wait to get her licks here. And that is in fact what is going to happen. We are going to have a pitching change for Santiago Canyon. And it appears that it's going to be game 1 starter Stella Turner returning for the Hawks.
He's now pitching number 50, Stella Turner.
While she gets warmed up, we're going to take a break. Be right back with more Cougars softball.
College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
And back here now with Allison Melgar stepping into the plate. Stella Turner, the game 1 starter, back out there now trying to right the ship for Santiago Canyon. Melgar, first pitch swinging. Villanueva can't pick it cleanly. Her throw to first is not in time, and it'll be an infield single for Allison Melgar. As her parents laugh. Melgar, who was once described as not fleet of foot, sure looked it on that infield single. And so with that, it's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out for Brianne Tall. Before that, Coach Wismath's going to pinch run for Melgar. And it's going to be Vanessa Reyes pinch running for Melgar at first. So the Cougars lineup seems to have come out of its slumber in game 1, only able to score 1 run across the first 6 innings. As the first pitch to Tall is high and she holds her swing for ball 1. Game 1, just 1 run in the first 6 innings. Here already through 2 innings plus 4 runs on the board for the Cougars. 1-0 pitch on the inside corner to Tall to even things up at 1-1. And Tall, who's notably been moved down a spot or 2 in the Cougars lineup, as the 1-1 pitch misses on the inside corner, is still one of the most productive hitters in this lineup, and it only seems to deepen the Cougars 1 through 9, having Brianne Tall hitting in the 6th spot for this team. The 2-1 misses inside, and it's now 3-1, much to the dismay of some Santiago Canyon fans off to our right. Couple of close calls there, but in any case, here's the 3-1 to Tall. Swung on and fouled out of play, and so the count runs full. Tall with a 2-run double in the first. Looking to deliver here, a little pop-up on the infield. Moving quickly to her left was Islas, and her throw is just in time to throw out Brianne Tall at first. But Tall does move the runners over to second and third, and so that'll bring up Sofia Trujillo with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. So Trujillo is played in both games now today. Had an RBI single in the bottom of the 7th in game 1 as she fouls this one off to the right and out of play. And that was right in the middle of what was looking like a Cougars comeback, which unfortunately fell just short. In fact, ending on a line drive double play to first base off the bat of Gabrielle Gonzalez. Trujillo fouls that one off of her foot, and now is down in the count 0-2. Trujillo looking to hit one somewhere deep in the outfield, or at least on the ground. The 0-2 pitch is foul tipped and into the glove of Martinez for out number 2. So Turner gets a much needed strikeout of Trujillo, and so it'll bring in Mackenzie Gardette to try to pick up the Cougars here, with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 out now here in the bottom of the third. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Gardette flew out to center field in the 2nd inning. And that call just misses on the inside part of the plate to even things up at 1-1. 1-1 pitch, Gardette fouls it back to the screen, and now she's down in the count 1-2. Gardette, limited playing time this year. This just her 7th game. Still looking for her first hit of the season. And what a time this would be for it to come. But she takes strike 3 called. Stella Turner strikes out the last 2 batters of the inning. And the Cougars can't add any more, but they get 1 run on an inside the park home run from Ashlyn Heck, and they lead 4-2 after 3.
College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Top of the fourth inning we go. Matt Robinson, Matt Frieda back with you here on the Cougars Sports Network. As we go back to work, the Cougars with a 4-2 lead as we head to the fourth. Allison Melgar still out in the circle as Adriana Martinez, Jasmine Motalui, and Haley Guillen will come to the plate here in the fourth inning for Santiago Canyon, trailing by 2. So it's been a better start to game number 2 for College of the Canyons after giving up 2 in the first. Have picked up 4 since. But did leave 2 on last inning, just falling a little bit short of picking up a couple of more to extend the lead. Melgar's pitched pretty solid so far here. After the first inning, giving up the inside the park home run and the walk. He's given up a few hits as that one hits the batter on the arm as Martinez down to first base. Hit by a pitch by Melgar. And the leadoff runner aboard here in the fourth inning. As we said, Melgar's been relatively solid after that first inning. Gave up 2 hits in the third, but got a double play ball by a nice play by Memory Munoz, stepping on third for the first and firing over to get Alexandra Molina to end the third inning. Has faced some traffic today, but as we said, outside of the Samantha Villanueva inside the Parker, which talking about Ashlyn Heck's home run last inning, Matt, in the same spot. As bunting for sacrifices Motalui, Melgar's only play is at first to retire Motalui for the first out of the inning. And Santiago Canyon continues to play small ball as a sacrifice bunt moves the runner up to second base. We're going to say the field dimensions here at Whitten Field, very normal, except for that little corner down there in foul ground. You can't see it on your screen, but there's kind of a spot where the fence cuts in and cuts back out, and both those home run balls got stuck back in that back corner, and it kind of just causes the ball to sit there and makes it a little tougher of a play. It doesn't bounce around, maybe come back out.
Yeah, and it looked like that's what happened on both Sam Villanueva as well as Ashlyn Heck's inside the park home runs. Got stuck in that little jettison of the wall, and both right fielders had a difficult time picking it out of there in time.
It's just a little interesting quirk. Is this one on the ground? Ramirez picks it up, looks the runner back, throws to first for 1. Trujillo has the runner hung up between second and third, and the Cougars are going to have her in a rundown here. Throw to second base, not in time though, as Martinez just delayed enough to dive back into second base safely. Cougars though do get the out at first base as Guillen cut down 6-3.
Really nice play there from Ramirez. She looked the runner back to second, made a strike across first, and they did have the runner hung up there. That is Adriana Martinez. However, the pickle between second and third just wasn't executed properly enough to get the double play.
Well, at that point, it's really a game of chicken between the base runner and the defender who has the ball. As this one hit out in the air towards left field, that's going to get down for a base hit. It got away from Tall, but initially Martinez was being held at third, kind of skipped off of Tall as she just quite couldn't handle it cleanly. By the time that Lisa Camargo was trying to wave Martinez at third base back around, she had already stopped and retreated back. So the Cougars get a break. It'll put runners on the corners with 2 away after the base hit from the 9-hitter Marshall.
And a big break for the Cougars there. That ball actually hit off Brianne Tall's knee. Her glove was turned the opposite way of what you might think it normally should be to field a ball. And luckily it didn't skip too far away that the runner could score.
So each side really getting a break. We talked about the pickle. It's really a game of chicken between the hitter or the runner and the fielder at that point in time. Who's going to blink first? In that case, Martinez was able to outlast Memory Munoz and get her way to back to second base. Cougars get a break right back, though, is not able to score on the base hit was Martinez. And it brings up Islas, who's 0 for 2, has grounded out a couple of times here in game number 2. This one popped up foul right towards the third base dugout, and it'll get down before Lisa Motes could get there. So it brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Melgar with some traffic on here in the fourth. It's 2 away, 2 on. Runners on the corners here. 2-run ball game. Cougars leading 4-2. Islas waits on the 2-1 pitch that misses up. Melgar tried to come with a rise that just had too much on it. I think maybe she lost it a bit too. Kind of saw her wiping her hand off on her pants a little bit. As it's a 3-2 count, so the runner at first will be in motion on the pitch. The 3-2 grounded foul up the third base line, and we'll do it again.
And Matt, if you're Melgar, you really want to go after Islas here. Hasn't really shown too much swinging the bat as much. She's been on base a few times via the walk, but meanwhile, the next two batters, Piatoni and Villanueva, both have had really strong days at the plate, both in Game 1 and here in Game 2.
So we go back to work on a 3-2. Melgar back on the rubber. We'll get to work out of the circle. 3-2 pitch with the runner in motion, lifted down the line and left. Tall giving chase, but not going to get there as it goes foul. Have to give it a look every time now with Bree Tall after Game 1. That diving play down the left field line in foul ground that ended the second inning, I believe it was, taking away a second chance for
Islas.
Islas. It was Islas that was robbed that
right.
time. Thank you. The 3-2 pitch misses down and in. Melgar kind of gave it a long stare, but Islas works a 2-out walk. And the base is now loaded for Santiago Canyon here in the fourth inning. And Riley Piatoni coming back to the plate. Just the second walk issued by Ali Melgar here in Game 2. Santiago Canyon had the bases loaded 3 times in game number 1. Only came away with a few runs each of those times. Chance to try and even the ball game is Piatoni, who's been solid. Walked and grounded out here in game number 2, but had a couple of hits in game number 1, steps in and takes a called strike.
Right, and really has worked some good at-bats here. Has been a bit of a pest for the Cougars to get out all day long.
Melgar delivers. That one misses up. Eye height, and they're leaving the count at 1-1.
And with Samantha Villanueva on deck, this is exactly who Melgar wants to go after right here.
So the 1-1 misses away. And Villanueva's had a nice day, both in the field and at the plate. If you're Melgar, it's a tough spot here against Piatoni. And then Navarro, who's got 2 hits off her here today in the hole as well. So Melgar's 2-1 pitch fouled off to the right, evens the count at 2-2. Allie has won 3 of her last 5 starts. She's 3-2 in her last 5. Those losses to Bakersfield and Cypress. In games where she didn't pitch bad. Lost 2-0 to Bakersfield, lost 7-4 to Cypress. As this one hit in the air. Heck out there, though, roaming around in center field will make the catch. And that'll end the inning. So Santiago Canyon leaves the bases loaded here in the 4th. We head to the home half. It's 4-2 in favor of COC.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 20, shortstop Valerie.
9-1 and 2. 9, 10, 11. Just counting, apparently. That's what I'm doing. 9-1 and 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. So Valerie Ramirez to lead things off, grounded to first her last time up.
Matt, just don't ask me to do any math because I will be of no help to
No,
you.
we've talked about this. Neither of us are good at math. That's why we both got into talking businesses. It's just not you're counting, totaling, doing those types of things. How many times do I get how many runners we left on base wrong?
I couldn't even count.
Ramirez 0 for 1 today, getting the start at shortstop here in game number 2. Did not start game number 1, came in late. Took over for Elizabeth Rowe. Grounded into a fielder's choice, but drove home a run in the 7th inning. That was part of that 7th inning that the Cougars were starting to storm back in, Matt, and just couldn't finish it off as she fights this one off in the hands, but it's right back to the pitcher. And from the circle, Turner will throw her out at first for the first out here of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Matt, in that 7th inning in game 1, a few ill-advised base running situations there. A leadoff triple for Silva that really may have been okay with being a double, but she blew through a stop sign, made it there safely anyway, but unfortunately later to end the game, that was Valerie Ramirez, who was doubled off first on a line drive to end the game.
It was interesting what just happened right there. It looks like Valerie Ramirez came to the plate wearing Lisa Moat's helmet, and after she grounded out, ran back and switched helmets with Lisa Moat's. It's just interesting, and I know it's Lisa's helmet. It's got a 7 on it, so just a little interesting there as Moat's swings at the 1-0 pitch and grounds it to the second baseman, Piatoni, who will fire it to first for the second out here of the 4th inning.
Number 4, second baseman, Alyssa Silva.
So to bring Alyssa Silva to the plate, 1 for 2 today. Silva singled and scored in the first, part of that 3-run first inning for the Cougars. Scored on the RBI hit from Ali Melgar. Trying to get things started with 2 away here in the 4th inning. That one misses just in off the plate. Silva's starting back-to-back games at second base. And for Alyssa, has pretty much been the everyday second baseman since about February 22nd. Hasn't really been out of the lineup since. Is really in there for the defense as she's been solid at second base this year defensively. Just 8 errors on the season and 60 total chances. Has turned 2 double plays. At one time, though, during the season, she was on quite a hitting streak. Had an 8-game hitting streak at one point during the season, but she takes a called strike 3 on the... And sorry, not called strike 3, strike 2. Silva got rung up on strike 2, but she'll stay in there. It's 2-2. Confused me. I was looking down reading notes. Like I said, an 8-game hitting streak at one point during the regular season. Has slowed down a bit, just 4 hits in her last 6 games. This one grounded towards third, and it's a foul ball. And actually, I should re-look at that.
Well, Matt, in 20 games, she scored 14 runs and has 18 hits. So when she is in the lineup and getting the opportunity, Silva's been great.
So this one grounded towards third. Islas will pick it up on one hop and fire it to first cleanly for the final out of the inning. So Cougars go quietly here in the 4th, 1-2-3. We head to the 5th inning. It's still a 2-run ball game, 4-2 in favor of College of the Canyons.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
We go to the 5th. Villanueva, Navarro, and Molina due up here for Santiago Canyon facing Melgar, who's into the 5th inning once again. Talking about Allie over her last 5 games. It's 3-2. And those 2 losses, she didn't pitch terribly. Like we said, a 2-0 loss to Bakersfield where she just did not get help from the offense, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings pitched. In the loss to Cypress went 6, gave up 15 hits, but just 7 runs and 5 of them earned, had 4 strikeouts and a walk. And really those not terrible performances, just not getting a lot of offensive help. And the Cougars' offense has really been good this year, as that one hits Villanueva on the arm. So leadoff runner aboard.
Right fielder Lily Navarro.
Villanueva a little frustrated getting hit by that pitch, but surely not intentional from Melgar. She tosses her bat. She might be hurting a little bit. It looks like it hit her just above the elbow. She rubs it a little bit, and she looks like she's okay.
It's one of those things as a hitter. Don't rub it. Don't rub it.
Well, at least in baseball, but men are much stupider than women.
Yes, this is true. This is very true. We are not the brightest tools in the shed sometimes. This is one bunted foul.
And Matt, we haven't seen as many sacrifice opportunities in Game 2 as we saw in Game 1. It seems Santiago Canyon was rearing to bunt runners over all of Game 1, but haven't seen that as often here in Game 2.
Well, I would imagine, Matt, just simply off of trailing by 2 now and you're getting into the late innings, that not being something that is in the playbook right now, trying to find 2 runs. Well, this one bunted right back to Melgar. Her only play is going to be at first as Villanueva runs well, so Navarro's sacrifice bunt for the first out here of the inning. Going to bring Alex Molina back to the plate.
Smart play by Melgar. She looks at second, thought about it for a second, but then decided, no, let's get that first out at first. Let's not create a big inning here.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Just a tight play at second. There's no reason to put 2 runners on, get the out that you can. That run at second base right now doesn't hurt you. As Molina, who's 1 for 2, grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 3rd, singled back in the 1st, standing in, takes a strike. This is a big spot for Melgar here in the 5th. She's got a lot of innings on her, heavy in the innings load this year. As we look at the number of starts this season for Melgar, she's appeared in 18 games this season. She's started now 11. Talk about 86 2/3 coming into this game and now into the 5th. You're talking about this is her 91st inning of the season. And she's thrown a lot, although you think about it in softball, that's a different number than compared to baseball. Softball, sometimes teams, we talked about it in Game 1, just have 1 pitcher and that's who you go. It seems as though Santiago Canyon kind of in a similar situation with Stella Turner, who's kind of their go-to, has gotten the heavy inning load this year. Turner now pitching here in game number 2. She went the full 7, or she went 5 2/3 in game number 1, right? Was it? Or she goes 6 full? She went 6 full, you say. So she went 6 full, so now she's up over 130 innings on the season. This one grounded towards 3rd. Munoz picks it up, looks back the runner, and throws over to first base for the 2nd out of the inning as she cuts down Molina 5-3 if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, Matt, just to finish that thought on the workload for Melgar, what a wonderful spell it is to have Samantha Flores go out in Game 1 and throw the complete 7 innings and let Melgar have a rest and not feel as if she had to come in and pitch both games today.
And that's kind of, you're exactly right for Allie this year. She's kind of been the one that comes in and cleans things up for Sam when it happens, and you only have 2 pitchers on the roster this year. So it kind of creates that issue for them at times. But you're 100% correct, and that's been the nice thing from Sam Flores as of late. Working deep into games, working into 7-inning games, and it's given Allie the chance to kind of get her arm back a little bit more. And we've seen her start to pitch really well as Sam Flores. It's kind of a good thing going into conference play. The Cougars struggling a little bit at 2-2, but working things out and really just want to keep yourself intact as you get deeper into the conference season. It's the 1-1 pitch Misses down to Martinez, who's 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch and struck out.
And perhaps some carryover effects here in game 2 as Melgar has looked pretty sharp for the most part. Flores giving her that break from game 1, and now Melgar looking to put the Cougars in a position to take game 2.
Goes with a changeup on the 2-1 pitch that misses up, and it makes it 3 balls and 1 strike here in the 5th inning. 2 away and a runner on second base after Melgar hit Villanueva to open the inning. Got a sacrifice bunt and a ground ball to third. Martinez trying to drive the run home from second base, waiting on a 3-1 pitch, grounds it to third. Munoz scoops it up, fires to first, and that'll end the inning. Couple of nice plays from Memory Munoz over at third on ground balls to her. Melgar gives up a hit by pitch, but nothing else. We head to the home half of the 5th inning in a 2-run ball game here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Here come the Cougars leading off, number 13, center fielder Ashlyn Heck.
As here comes Ashlyn Heck as we go to the home half of the 5th inning. Heck with the inside the park leadoff home run in the 3rd. For Ashlyn, her 2nd home run of the year, and the first of the inside the park variety going to work here in the 5th. Facing Turner. As that was pretty much the end of the day for Haley Guillen. Gave up a single to Fuentes in the next at bat, and then Turner came in to take over, and Turner has only allowed 1 base runner since. This is her 3rd full inning of work. As Heck swings and misses, evens the count at 1-1. Ashlyn's so comfortable in the batter's box, Matt, during the year. We've already talked about hitting .447 on the season coming into the game today. Leads the team in hits and runs batted in, but is just so comfortable even with 2 strikes as she finds herself down 1-2.
Yeah, and it's funny, I asked her yesterday, hey, what's your favorite pitch to hit? What are you looking for when you go up there? She said, honestly, I'm not looking for anything in particular. I don't want to psych myself out. I feel like I could hit any pitch. I'm not the most selective type of hitter.
And she certainly gets her hacks in. We've seen that for her throughout the year. She's not afraid to strike out. She's had a few of them this year. As you look down, just 6 on the season, but a very tough strikeout to get. And very, very much so one of those hitters that is not going to get cheated at the plate.
Right, absolutely. And she goes up there and she knows she wants to hit. She's not looking for a free pass. She'll take it if she can get it, but she knows she's a hitter up there.
And really just 3 walks on the season as she fouls this one straight back. So like you said, like we've said, puts the ball in play a lot. And that's what gives her a lot of hits and a lot of opportunities. Why she's down in the 3 spot here today. Usually in baseball and softball, traditionally your best hitter, your 3 hitter. And Ashlyn Heck certainly has proved that this year. As she waits on the 1-2 pitch here from Turner, who delivers, and Heck smacks it to the right side. Gets by a diving Piatoni for a base hit. And the Cougars with a leadoff runner aboard here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
And Matt, she waits back on the off-speed pitch there. It looked like she might have been fooled for a second, but able to regain her composure and stay on that pitch and drive it to right field. In our discussion yesterday, she told me, sometimes changeups get me. Well, she did a great job of adjusting on that one right there.
As here's Julia Fuentes, 2 for 2 in the ball game. She's worked her way back from that middle spell where she missed 3, was fighting off, I believe, some sort of an injury, but I don't know for sure. But has since kind of been a little up and down, but starting to find her groove. Hits in 4 straight games, or 3 of the last 4, actually. She didn't have a hit in game number 1. She fouls this one off to the left and finds herself in an even count at 1-1. I don't know what she hit that. Oh, you know what she hit that off of? the sheriff's building out there behind the left field wall.
Uh-oh, she's in trouble now.
Taking aim.
And after going over in game 1, 2 for 2 here today, 2 singles in game 2.
She fights that one off and falls behind in the count 1-2. Early on in the year, Fuentes was very solid, had multi-hit games in the doubleheader against Cerritos, went 3 for 4 and 2 for 4, had a 4-game hitting streak, had 4 hits and 5 at-bats against Cypress here at Whitten Field on February 26th in a 15-11 win. The little missed games, the 3 missed games spell kind of derailed the offense from her. And has since just kind of worked her way back to it as she fights that one off once again and keeps the count at 2-2.
Yeah, Madden, with a hit in Thursday's win against Glendale, 1 of just 7 hits for the Cougars, still managed to scratch out 4 runs and win that ball game 4-2. And it looks like Martinez is shaken up a little bit, the catcher for Santiago Canyon.
I think took that foul ball right off the leg, off the inside on the foul ball from Fuentes. And so discussion here, and the athletic trainer, Amy Robinson, gonna head out and check with Martinez here. I'm not sure where it hit her. I might have caught her on the leg or upper thigh. So we'll keep an eye on her. We'll step aside for the moment. We'll have more for you here from Whitten Field in just a second as we come back.
The new media journalism program focuses on hands-on training for up-and-coming multimedia journalists.
We do shows every 2 weeks, and students put together their own stories. They go out and shoot them. They do the voiceover. They edit them together. It's a really, really cool hands-on experience.
If you want to dive right into the world of journalism, this is the only place to do it.
COC's Fire Technology program goes beyond putting out fires.
Our goal here is to provide our students with a competitive advantage in the hiring process.
It was life-changing for me, and it's exactly what I want to do. It's exactly where I want to be, and it's outside of my comfort zone, and it will be outside of your comfort zone, but you just got to do it. You just got to go all in and just full send and do it.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates: a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
So we come back into Whitten Field, and it looks like Martinez took it off the right hand. Maybe the foul ball caught her in the hand, or as you said, Matt, maybe the bat on the backswing kind of caught her in the hand. So just getting a little bit of a couple of tosses in, make sure her right hand is okay before she goes back to work, especially behind the plate. Such a tough position. You take such a beating behind the plate on foul balls and other things that come in contact with you. It's one of those where you've got to be at good health. And really, for a catcher, a lot of the times 50% is good health anyway.
And Martinez just made a perfect strike throw down to second base, so she's looking okay. But yeah, as someone that played catcher myself growing up, it definitely is a position that you get beat up on. And you look at Major League Baseball players, they usually have the shortest shelf life of any other position because it really is such a grueling task going behind the plate every single day.
Unless your last name is Molina.
You got a point there. Then again, they trot out a new brother every year, it seems.
It's true. It's a 1-2 count. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to Fuentes. Martinez looks like she's all right. And it's good to see, but as you said, it's such a tough position. I think if you're 50% health, you're at 100% health if you're a catcher. They're just so tough behind the dish. As the 1-2 pitch hits Fuentes on the knee. So Fuentes down to first. So the Cougars with runners on first and second here, nobody out in the 5th inning. And Allie Melgar, the pitcher who's been smoking the baseball all over the place as of late, had one in the first game that resulted in a double play that was just a line shot to the third baseman, Islas. Had a sharp single back in the first to drive home a run. And she swings and puts a big hack on the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Just missed it.
Yeah, and 2 singles now here in game 2, but you actually picked it before I had a chance to say it. In the game 1, smoked a line drive down the left field line, but directly into the glove of Islas. She just picked it for a double play.
And she's certainly not getting cheated on her hacks right now as she rips that one to left field and deep. Way back, it is gone! A 3-run home run for Allie Melgar here in the 5th inning, and the Cougars have busted it open to a 5-run lead.
Matt, that one was out off the bat. You could just tell. Absolutely crushed to left center field. The wind's blown out that way. It didn't need any wind.
So perfect timing, too, right after the discussion about Melgar's ability to hit the baseball and put a lot on it. She's not getting cheated at the plate and certainly didn't get cheated there with a 3-run home run. Cougars have busted it open, a 5-run lead, now 7-2, and Brianne Tall steps in. First time that Turner has had really any damage against her today.
And Matt, I wouldn't say that the Cougars lineup was sleepwalking in game 1, but certainly not as aggressive as they have been here.
As Tall hits one out into center field for a base hit. She's going to try for third as it got past a diving Marshall, and Bree in with a sliding triple as she slides into third head first, and the Cougars with a runner at third and nobody out, working here in the 5th. And now you start to think about, in a 5-run ball game, remember it's 8 after 5, the Cougars could try and end this one early with a runner on third as Trujillo standing at the plate, and I think they might hit for Sophia Trujillo here. And they are going to hit for her. So they're going to have Sabrina Engelbrecht come back in to hit.
Yeah, Matt, just to finish that thought, you know, the Cougars weren't swinging as freely in game 1 against Turner. Here, they look a lot more comfortable against her. And obviously the results are on the scoreboard so far here in game 2.
And you got to wonder if some of that comes with, you do have runs on the board when she comes in. You feel more confident. You feel more free to go at it. You're not pressing as much to attack at the plate. And certainly we've seen that. Melgar ripping one out to left center field for a 3-run shot. Tall's hit that gets by a diving Marshall results in a triple. We've seen it a few other times here in this game. We saw him attacking that what was it? I think a 2-run 4th inning they had, where they had 4 hits. That was really the only time they touched Turner, but really in that inning alone, we saw them attack more at the plate.
Right, well, I think it's been a carryover effect from the 7th inning. It's almost as if the 7th inning of game 1 is translated directly into game 2 here, coming out swinging freely and putting good bat on the ball.
As you see it right there, Engelbrecht with a base hit out into center field, past the diving Piatoni, and an RBI single for Sabrina Engelbrecht, and the Cougars put another run up, and now they've got a 6-run lead here in the 5th inning. And they will re-enter Trujillo to take over for Engelbrecht at first. An RBI single for Sabrina Engelbrecht, and now Mackenzie Gardette heading to the plate.
And Matt, it's games like these, all hands on deck, where everyone's contributing, that gets your team right.
And you have a 6-run lead now, and like you said, it comes in now with nobody out. 8 runs after 5, you can end a ball game early. Anytime you can do that, you want to take it, especially in softball, and Coach Wiz certainly thinking about that with the pinch hitting for Trujillo, using Engelbrecht and getting the base hit. And now Gardette, who's 0 for 2 today, hitting, will bunt, puts it on the ground. It'll sacrifice a runner over, so a sacrifice bunt. First out of the inning, but Trujillo moves up to second base. Just one away.
Beautiful bunt by Gardette. Not something you see too often in baseball. I know it's been it's very much more common here in softball, but just no wasted motion, just squares it up, puts it down the third base line, and moves her runner over to second.
Is this pitch on the outside for a called strike? Here's Ramirez 0 for 2. With a runner in scoring position, certainly you want to try and score Trujillo, gives you a 7-run lead, and can get you to Lisa Moats with a runner on potentially. As Ramirez just fouls that one away. Ramirez takes that pitch away. Makes it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 8-2 Cougars. The 3-run home run from Melgar busted the game open. Then a triple from Tall and an RBI single from Engelbrecht. Has made it a 6-run ball game here in the 5th as Ramirez hits that one down the first base line foul. And she'll stay at the plate on a 1-2 pitch.
Ramirez was on that one looking for her first hit here now today. It'll be her 5th at-bat here. 0 for 2 in game 1 when she came in and replaced Elizabeth Rowe at one point, and now 0 for 2 here in game 2.
Stands way forward in the box, waits on the pitch, hits it right back up the middle. Picked up by Villanueva. Throw to first is in time to retire Ramirez, but she moves the runner up 60 feet. It'll bring Lisa Moats to the plate. That's a tough play for Villanueva there, Matt, with the runner moving in front of her, having to pick that up on the scoop and make the throw to first.
That's right, and Engelbrecht probably was trying to distract Villanueva there a little bit. Nothing wrong with that as long as she doesn't interfere with Villanueva or the ball. Nice job by Villanueva to focus on just picking up the ground ball and making the throw to first.
Here's Moats, 1 for 3, stepping in, waiting on the pitch from Turner, swings and hits it on the ground towards the second baseman, Piattoni, picks it up on 2 hops, and that will end the inning. But the Cougars get 4, powered in part by a 3-run home run from Allie Melgar. They lead 8-2 as we head to the 6th inning here from Whitten Field.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates: a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
Motalui, Guillen, and Marshall due up here in the 6th inning to face Allie Melgar, who stays out there. Melgar fresh off the 3-run home run going back to work. Motalui 0 for 2, grounded in, or 0 for 1 actually, grounded into a fielder's choice and sacrificed a runner over in the 4th inning. Working against Melgar here in the 6th. And Allie comes right back with a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat. You got to figure, Matt, after the 3-run home run, now Allie feeling a lot more confidence. Drove a ball over the scoreboard in left field. Comes back with a fastball for a strike and a changeup that just misses on the outside. You got to feel the confidence is riding high right now with now a 6-run lead.
Absolutely, and her 2nd home run in 3 games, of course, on Thursday against Glendale, going the distance in the circle as well. And she must be brimming with confidence right now.
So that pitch misses inside, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. So now she's got to settle herself back down. Just a touch.
And it's not bad being staked to an 8-2 lead either.
Now frees you up to attack as this one chopped towards the shortstop. Ramirez picks it up, fires to first. In time is a good stretch from Trujillo to make sure that they're able to nab Motalui. And one down here in the 6th inning as a nice play from Ramirez. And a better stretch from Trujillo. One away. Haley Guillen stepping in. Started the game as the pitcher, now in the DP spot as she was the DP, as Turner was the flex in game number 1. Or game number 2, I should say. First pitch to Guillen, over for a strike. And she said, frees you up, Matt, with a 6-run lead if you're Allie Melgar to really attack hitters and go after them. And try and put this game in the books.
And Allie doesn't typically shy away from going after hitters regardless, but even more so now with a 6-run lead here in the later innings.
This one grounded foul up the third base line. We'll make it 1-2.
And of course, all pitchers don't feel they have to be as perfect. Number one, when they have a lead like this, and number two, when they know their defense is out there making plays behind them, which they have been all day. The Cougars have been really solid defensively, especially here in game 2.
We saw a lot from Bree Tall in game number 1, a few slick plays. Memory Munoz and Valerie Ramirez have had a solid day on the left side of the infield here in game 2. Getting some help from the right side as well, as Silva and Trujillo have been good on the infield. And it certainly helps to have Ashlyn Heck out in center. You know, any ball hit out there, she's just about going to gobble up. They work on a 1-2 pitch. Melgar's pitch misses down to Guillen. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes, but maybe just a change of the level there after a couple of pitches up in the zone. Two balls and 2 strikes. One away here in the 6th. This one ripped foul, but up the third base line. And we'll do it again. Looks like baseball picked up a win over Antelope Valley. I see a handshake line going on behind us to our right. So I want to say took 2 of 3 from Antelope Valley, but I don't really know the score from game 2 on Thursday. I thought I saw that they won, but we'll double check that. That pitch just misses. A good spot from Melgar. It makes it 3-2 with a 1 away. And actually, no, the Cougs, I believe, picking up a 13-6 win after they lost 10-9 and 11-7. So they salvage a win against Antelope Valley. Is this one hit in the air? And right on cue, Ashlyn Heck able to make a catch. On a ball that drifted a little bit more on her than she thought. But 2 away here in the 6th. That'll bring Lindsay Marshall to the plate.
And just as you said, Matt, just about anything hit out there to Ashlyn Heck. She has a beat on. Didn't look like it was giving her any trouble despite the wind and the sun as potential deterrence. Makes that one look easy for the second out.
Marshall 1 for 2. Takes that pitch away. Trying to get something going in the 6th. Santiago Canyon down to their final 4 outs, trailing by 6. Melgar hit a batter in the 5th, but got the next 3. Has set down 5 in a row as that one just misses inside. And she falls behind here 2-0. That one just misses again. Melgar working all around the plate, just not getting any calls. So way behind here, 3 balls and no strikes.
And part of her success here in game 2 is that she has limited the free passes, just 2 walks, not including the 2 hit batsmen.
Pumps that one in for a strike on a fastball up in the zone, makes it 3-1. A 6-run ball game, some room to work. Would like to end the 6th right here. That pitch misses just away. And a 2-out walk issued, 3rd walk of the game by Melgar. Puts a runner on first with 2 away. As Alyssa Islas will come back to the plate. You'd like to keep it at a 6-run lead if you're the Cougars, with the top of the order coming back up, and try and put it away in 6. As you would just need 2 runs if Melgar can keep it right here. With a runner on first and 2 away. Delivers a changeup to Islas for a strike. Islas 0 for 2 in game number 2. Has a walk, and that's it. A couple of ground outs to each side of the infield. This one popped up on the infield, and Silva not going to be able to make the play as the sun playing a factor. Moving up to third was Marshall, and it's an infield pop-up single for Islas to put runners on the corners and 2 away here in the 6th inning. This is the 3rd time we've seen that today on a ball in the infield, Matt.
Yeah, and Silva not only had to deal with the sun, but the infield umpire was directly in her way as well. That didn't help her cause either.
Kind of had to back her way off, didn't see where the ball was. So to put runners on the corners, and now Piattoni, who's 0 for 2, flew out, grounded out, and walked. Stepping in to face Melgar here in the 6th and 2 on. First pitch misses up. So Melgar retired 5 in a row, but walked Marshall with 2 away. Gives up a bloop infield single to Islas, and falls behind on the first pitch here to Piattoni. That's a good pitch, right under the hands on the inside corner for a strike.
And if you're Melgar, you want to go right after Piattoni here. You don't want to go to Villanueva potentially with multiple runners on base. Go after Piattoni here. Make her hit your pitch.
Yeah, you'd certainly rather face Villanueva in the 7th if you need to with nobody on. So that one misses just up and in.
Melgar doing what she's done all game, taking away that inside part of the plate from the right-handed hitters. Just barely missed on that one.
Such a hard pitch to hit in softball. Anything in on the hands, under the hands. She's behind 3-0 here. It's one that they work on in practice. You've seen the batting structures with the string underneath it, and you try and hit the string that's right underneath the hands. Certainly a pitch you practice and go to, and certainly one you need, as the 3-1 pitch misses, and the base is now loaded full of Hawks here in the 6th inning. Couple of walks issued by Melgar. 4 walks now in the ball game, and you face Sam Villanueva here with the bases loaded. She's got a home run on an inside the park home run back in the 1st, and a single in the 3rd. Has been on all 3 times here in game 2. So now tension's ratcheting up just a bit in a 6-run ball game. First pitch, Villanueva fouls it up the 3rd base line. Villanueva in game number 1, 1 hit and 2 at-bats, but walked and was hit by a pitch. So she reached 3 of 5 times at the plate. This one hit in the air down the left field line. Tall giving chase, won't get there. But Melgar heading the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Villanueva just out in front of that one a little bit. Scary proposition if that one stays fair and has the distance.
See if Melgar decides to waste one here. Go right after Villanueva, and she gets her to chase one. A chopper towards the second baseman. Good play by Silva. Fires over to first. Santiago Canyon leaves the bases loaded here in the 6th. It's still a 6-run ball game. The Cougars, heart of the order coming up as we come back in the 6th. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Cougars leading off, number 4, second baseman Alyssa Silva.
And Alyssa Silver will lead off the bottom of the 6th. The Cougars looking to get 2 runs here and go home early.
As it's Silva, Heck, and Fuentes due up to face Turner. Silva first pitch swinging, pops it up on the infield. Playable for Piattoni, will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th.
That is Piattoni, who wisely now has sunglasses on out at second base.
I think at this point, with where the sun is, it's behind our location. We're certainly glad the umbrella's up right now, shading the computer, as it's been a warm one today. It's kind of ball weather now, a little summertime weather a little bit. As Heck up at the plate had the inside the park home run in the 3rd and a single in the 5th, scored on the 3-run home run from Melgar. But everybody kind of getting ready with the sun now as we were finishing off that thought. And of course, we talk about it's nice today, 85 degrees, sunny, warm, a little bit of a breeze, perfect baseball, softball weather. On Monday, 58 degrees.
Oh, great.
And raining.
So should I be here with my pea coat?
Well, good thing we don't have a game on Monday. We play on Tuesday, but it'll be a little cooler. It'll be about in the 70s on Tuesday. We got a baseball game against West LA. If you want to join us on the Cougar Sports Network and watch that, we'd certainly appreciate you tuning in. As we've got double baseball games next week. Won't be back with the softball program until Thursday, April 7th. A single game against Bakersfield here in conference play. We'll have 3 straight baseball games on the Cougar Sports Network. 2 against West LA and a single game against Glendale on April 5th. So make sure you tune in. Check cocathletics.com for the full schedules. This one softly hit up the middle, diving play by Villanueva, but she's not going to get Ashlyn Heck, who runs well. It's an infield single with 1 away. The Cougars with a runner aboard as Julia Fuentes coming to the plate.
And just like we discussed last at bat, Heck, not the most selective hitter at the plate. She's going to go and just swing at just about anything. That one was almost in the right-handed batter's box. She reaches out, pokes it up the middle, and able to leg out the infield single.
Certainly does not get cheated. As Fuentes hits this one in the air to center field in deep. That is gone. That is the ball game. The Cougars with a 2-run home run have taken an 8-run lead, and I believe that's it. As Fuentes with the home run. And that is the ball game. Ends it on a high note, a 2-run shot from Julia Fuentes. And the Cougars take it 10-2. First home run of the season for Fuentes. Put a charge into it to center field off one of the storage units out there. And certainly a nice way to end the ball game. Home runs in back-to-back innings for the Cougars. And they split the pair with Santiago Canyon, taking game number 2, 10-2 here in 6 innings. Matt, final thoughts from you?
Cougars lineup came out in game 2 swinging and put up a 10 spot. And a great day to split the doubleheader for the Cougars. Well fought out victory here in game 2.
It was nicely done from Ali Melgar. Goes 6, gives up just 2 runs, has a home run in the ball game. A 3-run shot in the 6th, and then Julia Fuentes caps it off with a 3-run home run. One of 3 home runs in the ball game for the Cougars, as Ashlyn Heck had it inside the Parker back in the 3rd inning. That'll do it for us here on this one. The Cougars, 10 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Santiago Canyon, 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Cougars take it 10-2 in 6 innings. We thank you for joining us all day long here on the Cougars Sports Network. And we hope to see you on Tuesday when baseball comes back to take on West LA on Tuesday afternoon. 2:30 here on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll have the pregame show for you at 2:15. Have a good afternoon, everybody.